With Halloween coming up, it seemed rude not to do a little video talking about some of our favourite scary books. I've chosen to pick a selection of books that are all high-low books, so they are shorter reads for more reluctant readers that are written for a high interest level, so older teenagers or teenagers, but the reading age is quite low, so they're an easier read. These seem to be the most popular books when we do a session for reluctant readers or struggling readers in schools, so I wanted to do a little mini video just to show you some of our absolute favourites, the ones that go down the best. So if you've got any struggling reluctant readers in your class, in your school, then please point them in the direction of these wonderful books and authors. I'm going to start with Priestley. He is the king of the short scary book. He's got loads of them out there, so please, if you like the sound of this and you like a scary book, go and check out Priestley's other books. So this is a Barrington Stoke book. I've got a mixture of Barrington Stoke books and Badger Learning books. They are perfect for struggling or dyslexic readers. Now this one is 7 Ghosts. It's great. We'd say this is maybe for year 5, year 6 plus. So it's at the kind of younger end of some of the books that I'm going to talk to you about. I'm going to start young and then I'm going to get a little bit older. So the further we go into this little mini session, the scarier and the darker and the more mature, shall we say, the readers might need to be for it not to scare the complete pants off them. So it's 7 Ghosts is, very quickly, is a book about a boy called Jake, and he's won a competition, a writing competition, to go to this super scary house called Grimstone Hall. As well, while he's there, he's just like, okay, this is cool, we're going to get a tour of the ghosts. And the special thing about Grimstone Hall is all of the ghosts there are children. We get to hear each of those ghost stories, those 7 ghost stories, as we go through the tour of the house with Jake. There are some really creepy ones there. There's the girl that plays the piano in the middle of the night. And my favourite is the ghost that runs across the lawn in the middle of the night on fire. So that is 7 Ghosts. Next up, I absolutely adore this book. This is The Last Soldier by Keith Gray. It's set in the 1920s in America and it's all about carnival. Without telling you too much about it, one of the carnival exhibitions, as it were, in a kind of circus of marvels, kind of Greatest Showman kind of freak show, if we can call it that, exhibition as part of the carnival, is the last soldier that died during the First World War. He's there in a cabinet, all dressed up, and the brothers think, nah, he can't be really real, but then they look at him a bit closely and get a bit closer, and he's literally terrifying. You don't get the picture of it, but you can see it perfectly in your brain. He's sitting there and he's like, he blinks, and then the boys go home and they're like, okay, it might have been real, the werewolf might not have been real, the mermaid might have been real, but that last soldier, he seemed pretty real to me. Let's just say that the last soldier does not stay at the carnival. Okay, next up is Good Boy by Mal Peet. This is a very short book and it's got some really beautiful illustrations in there as well. If you are scared of dogs, close your ears now, because that, as you can probably see from the front cover, is the scary bit of this story. It's a little more psychological than some of the other ones that I want to talk to you about, but I absolutely love it because it really takes you by surprise. So basically it is about a girl who for many years when she was younger had this terrifying dream of this black dog. Her parents managed to make it go away and it left her dreams and it left her nightmares by having their own pet dog. But then when she's a little bit older, as these things happen, the dog has died and the nightmares have started to come back. No more said. Next up is a book that is very much something that could happen in real life and is really quite creepy. So it slightly taps into kind of social media and that kind of cyber bullying, scaring thing. So it's Picture Him by Jo Cotterill, and it is about a girl who's taking pictures. That's one of the things that she really loves to do because she's got a stammer, so she's not very confident talking to people, so she communicates through pictures instead. One day she's looking at a series of pictures that she's taken recently and realises that there is a figure in the background on quite a few of her photos. But who is he? no more from that one. Okay, brace yourselves for this one, guys. This is A Little Secret by Anne Evans, and oh my goodness, it's like one of the shortest books I've ever read, but that does not mean that the quality and the scariness is not there. So this is a Badger Learning book. I've got another one of those coming up, and they are incredible. They are perfect for getting those reluctant readers in, because they don't have to read something that's too long, but oh my goodness, it really should hook them into reading them, the power and the scariness that reading can bring them. So, as you can probably imagine, we've got a bit of a Frozen, Charlotte, Annabelle theme with this story. It's about a boy whose grandmother has a doll in her wardrobe that has been there for many, many years, and he finds it when he goes round to do a bit of a tidy up. And let's just say that doll should have been left in the wardrobe. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I've got two more, and then I'm going to leave you alone. So, next up is Juno Dawson's Grave Matter. This is illustrated by the wonderful Alex T. Smith, so there are some brilliantly chilly and creepy pictures in there, and they are just absolutely fabulous. They really go with the story and really, really work. So it's a more romantic story with this one. So we have a teenage couple, and they're in a car crash right at the beginning of the book, and the girlfriend dies, and the boyfriend is left completely heartbroken. And then one day he's told about this guy called the Milkman, and I can't show you the picture, but he is pure pale and kind of Snape-like, but the opposite, because he's really white. He's very pale and drawn and really, really creepy looking. And he tells the boy about this kind of religious magic that he's heard about called voodoo, which is very similar to voodoo, and that he can bring his girlfriend back to life at a price. Not going to tell you anymore, so that is Grave Matter. And then the last one is possibly my favourite. So this is, you ready for the cover of this? Scissor Man by Tim Collins. Everybody, when they're at school, there is a local legend of some sort about a scary creature or a ghost. At my primary school, there was a ghost dog, and I'm still convinced till this day that I saw the ghost dog. But in this book, it is about the local legend in the school is the Scissor Man. He is a guy with a kind of Joker-style smile going on, and if you see him, he will ask you a question. That question is, do you like my smile? If you answer no, you don't get to live any further into the story. Let's put it that way. If you answer yes, he gives you one himself. Now, in the story, we have a boy called Sam, and he has decided to investigate the Scissor Man story as part of a local history project that he's been given. That might not be the best thing he could have chosen to talk about, because although he thinks the Scissor Man isn't real, he may just find out that he is. And then he's in danger. Obviously, that's how the best kind of scary books happen. So, those are my 7 books. They are all gloriously gothic looking from their spines. Hopefully you found something that you can recommend or that you would want to read yourself for Halloween, for a nice scary book to really grab those readers and make them love reading and love books that can make them, well, let's put it this way, not sleep for a little while. That's what happened. Okay, so thank you very much for watching and enjoy.